All right, so welcome to this bonus session of the Conquer Your Cravings Challenge being hosted in my Facebook group, More Than You Weight Women's Community, right now, May 10th to 14th. And even if you don't join live, the replays will still be there, but you want to try to join live. So definitely join us if you see this later and you're not in the challenge. But we're going to talk about this in day 4 or 5 of the challenge. I can't remember what day, but we're going to talk about how essential oils is a solution to cravings. So because I'm a doTERRA essential oils advocate, I wanted to come in and share about some oils in particular that could support you in your cravings. Whether you have, I know those that are on with me now already have oils. I think they're both doTERRA that you guys use. But, maybe there's some new ones that you're going to be exposed to, or ones that you currently have that you can use in multiple ways. So I'm so excited to kind of just go in and share with you a few of those. All right. Just before we go dive deeper, just know that this has not necessarily been evaluated by the FDA. Of course, consult your physician if you're ever worried. But I just come to you as someone who's in love with oils and has done my research to the best of my ability. You guys know who I am that are on live, but if you don't know me, I am a holistic health and life coach. I support women in both the coaching and in a oils capacity, but as a coach, supporting women in finding peace with food, feeling confident in their bodies again, and developing a healthy lifestyle that's more than just about their weight. I also, support women in using essential oils as non-toxic solutions for their health, home, and family. So I have a community and team that I support in that way as well. I love paleo gluten-free brownies. In particular, right now, I love King Arthur's gluten-free brownies, favorite. And I actually love adding a little bit of peppermint essential oil to it. It's delicious. I love Lord of the Rings. I keep forgetting to update this. I have an 11-month-old as of yesterday. She's not 8 months. She's 11 months. So going to be a year soon, which is so exciting. One of my favorite oils is Adaptive. I would say currently I've been diffusing a lot of On Guard just to, feeling a little bit sluggish not sluggish, just a little run down. I'm really excited for summer to take some time off, so I'm just been using On Guard to boost my immune system. So for those who are on, I know you guys use oils, but for those who are watching, I've done a whole essential oils one-on-one webinar, giving you the basics, giving you the why, all that sort of stuff. Great ones to get started with. So I'm not going to go through that. You can always watch that. That's a free resource, and reach out to me if you ever want that, or go to madewell345.com/essential oils 101. But the main reason I love oils is because instead of using the modern approach tends to manage your symptoms and doesn't get to the root, and it uses a lot of synthetic agents, but we're not getting any better. Essential oils are just like food, a natural source in the environment, in the world, that can work at a cellular level, get down to the root, and is safe and has very much a lot of benefits. Okay, so that's why I love using essential oils. So I would love to know if you're on live, or even if you're watching the replay, you can feel free to comment wherever you're watching this. What is your experience with oils, and just what brought you to wanting to learn about essential oils for cravings? Would love to just hear your experience as you what you want to learn as we go through this. So let me know in the chat box. I got this from one of my coaches, and I gotta ask her. It's just so wrong way. It says my name. It's just so beautiful, and I totally forgot about it for the longest while. Went on a trip, and I'm like, I can't carry my big bottle, and I'm like, now I just keep drinking out of it. I have to hide it from my daughter because it's glass. I don't want her to break it. But yeah, feel free to let me know in the chat what you're hoping to kind of get out of today's session on oils and cravings. Angie says, I've used oils for several years for health and cleaning. I never thought about their use to help against cravings. Curious which ones to help. Yes, perfect. Interested in more uses for my health. I love it, love it, love it, love it. What does this do? Let me just, I don't want to hide self-view. Okay, hopefully it's recording. Do you guys see me? Side note, do you see my little box in the right-hand corner, I think? My face. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Because sometimes I think so, but then it doesn't record it. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Hopefully. Okay, and it says it's recording. Okay, great. Perfect. All right, so today we're just going to talk about some craving basics, some top essential oils for cravings, and how to get started. So this basic stuff is actually, I'm going way into depth into all of this during the challenge. So for you guys, we've only done 2 days of the challenge. You'll get a little sneak peek, I guess, of the days 3, 4, and 5. But again, I really recommend you guys join the challenge at madewell345.com/conqueryourcravings. Join us live or join the Facebook group and kind of watch the videos live, because I'm going to go way more in depth. I'm just covering the basics here in case someone watches this replay later, So cravings, as we know, is the longing or desire for some food or drink, and can be triggered for something in our environment, such as smelling, as we're passing a bakery brings back a memory, or even our hormones or our stress, right? Those internal causes. And we talked a little bit about that today, and we're talking more about external causes tomorrow. We mentioned this yesterday in day 1 that some types of cravings kind of triggered by taste are sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and savory. And some non-taste sensations, which a lot of you have been saying that this is just like, wow, a aha moment, could be like the sensation in your mouth, not just the taste, such as cooling or numbness, or even crunchy or spicy, and that's, or astringent. That's kind of like what, around having carbonated soda, that sort of stuff, right? So those are different ones you may experience at different times for different reasons. And so having that in the back of your mind as we're going forward, again, join us in the challenge. So therefore you can kind of go through this, but you can kind of know what oils to use or just when to use oils, because you'll recognize your cravings. So some causes and sources. We talked about the 5 internal today, talking about the 5 external tomorrow. Now, internal, external, you might say like, well, Brandon, water could be, or lack of nutrients could be internal. Yes, I just had to categorize it in 2 of the areas, but you'll understand why. Lack of nutrients, it's like you're something externally you're putting into your body. That's kind of what I meant by that. Anyways, internal lack of primary food, those other things in your life where you're not feeling nourished. I'm hopefully in the summer going to do something around that. We'll see. I might just take off the whole summer. Who knows? Inside coming out is when you're eating constantly of certain foods and you want them more, or maybe you're bringing back to mind foods from your past or so forth, and you just want those, like ancestral type foods. Self-sabotage. Some of you already said like, okay, this one is aha. It's just like, I'm doing well, I'm doing well, I'm doing well. Then you kind of deviate through different habits. Hormonal. We talked today about 7 different hormones to consider and how when they're imbalanced, they can cause cravings. And then unprocessed emotions could lead to things such as emotional eating. External is water, lack of water. It really actually, dehydration is one of the main causes of cravings. Yin yang balance, and this has to do with not having a balance of certain, yin yang is like certain types of foods over the other. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Seasonal, in different seasons, you crave different things. Lack of nutrients, like not getting the micro, macro nutrients you need, vitamins and minerals, and then smells and memories can trigger cravings. So I just want to put that there because I think none of that says lack of self-control, because so many of us think of, oh my gosh, it's because I don't have self-control. It's like, no, there's 10 possible reasons why you could be craving something. Okay, so knowing that gives yourself permission to explore that. And I cannot wait for the women who are going to say yes to that special offer I mentioned in the challenge, because we're going to be able to explore all of that together and really explore how how these different, what may be at the core for you of what may be causing it, and how to go deeper and find solutions for you in your specific life. Okay, so some solutions. Essential oils is one of them, but there are 10. So I categorized it basically by food, then mindset and habits, eating balanced meal, all your macronutrients, knowing what you're eating, becoming a food label detective, eating something healthy first, drinking water, and then using essential oils. And then maybe mindset and habits. It's nourishing yourself in other areas of your life, practicing the HALT method. Am I hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? Sleeping more, stressing less, not keeping those certain foods in the house, not skipping meals, and then stop labeling certain foods as bad or good. So that's day 4 and 5 we'll talk about on Thursday and Friday. Okay, but today we're going to talk about essential oils. So let's just dive into that. For those, if I know, I think most of you watched day one, but if not, this is the point where you can take a break, just think for a minute and say, what sort of cravings do you struggle with most? Is it sweet, savor, bitter, salty, spicy, or those are even sensations, right? Spicy, cooling, crunchy. Like what sort of things what cravings do you have most? And that's kind of why I want you to do that, is because therefore, as we're going into, you can match kind of the oils to your cravings. Now, I'm not saying, no, none of these oils are gonna be like, use lemon for crunchy. No, it's just saying, it's just really good for you to identify that as we go in, okay? So let me know in the chat box. And my water's done, and we just got started. Drink water. But really, I have been noticing, like listening to my water cues, dehydration cues and all that, drinking more water, not craving as much sugar. Works, I'm telling you. Sweets, cookies, and ice cream. Yes. Yes. I think, yeah, we think we processed that a little bit too yesterday, right? When and why. Okay, great. All right, so these are the top essential oils for cravings. And I'm just going to mention this. If you guys have not grabbed, oh my gosh, I only have one of them here. But Dr. Marisa Snyder, she has been on my podcast twice, actually, 2 years ago where we talked a little bit about her first book. No, this is her 7th book. What am I kidding? On hormones, the essential oil for hormone solution. I think she was like, I forgot what episode. I think it was how to use essential oils, balance your hormones and self-care or something like that. Really great episode. If you're interested, go to the More Than Your Weight podcast, search for that. So really great book. And I got a lot of basically almost the stuff from talking about cravings from this book. And then she has another one, which it's out there that I'm currently reading, the essential oils for menopause solution. So if you're in the perimenopause and menopause phase, great book to use. Now, this book could be really great to use too, but obviously there's specific things that happen in perimenopause and menopause. And she is just amazing. She was on my podcast recently to talk about boosting your metabolism and your hormones and so forth. I think she was the episode that came out on April 20th. So definitely go, and I think I linked the first one in there. So go check her out. I'm going to be on her podcast too soon. I'm so excited. She's like my hero. Anyways, and so she's such a great solution for all things hormones, but all things essential oils. And cravings, as we talked about today in day 2 of the challenge, is very much driven by hormones too. And so that's kind of why she included that in there. So what I did is that, again, you can use many of these oils for different reasons. I got the notes from her for most of this, and just kind of just put how specifically it helps cravings and how you can use it. Okay, ready? Let's dive in. Cassia. Cassia is actually what we know to be ground cinnamon. Sweeter. It's cinnamon bark, which we'll talk about in this next. That is what we think is cinnamon, but that's actually, if you never had the taste of like Big Red, that's what cinnamon bark is like. Cassia are more sweeter, but they're still spices. So cassia helps stabilize your blood sugar levels, which when your blood sugar levels are stabilized, that helps a lot with cravings and sugar and insulin levels. Promotes feelings of fullness and satiate. I always say this wrong. Satiety, I think. Satiation, making you feel satisfied. Supports healthy digestion and immune function. So you can combine 1-2 drops with this with citrus oils or ginger. And the warning is about, like, it's a very strong oil. So be very, like, when you just smell it directly, it might be too much for you, or be careful not to put too much in the diffuser. It just might be very too much. So everyone has their teach his own. Some people love it. And then topical use, this is what we would call a warm or hot oil. So it would cause often irritation or sensation on your skin if you're not diluting it. So you want to dilute it if you're putting it on your skin. Okay. So cassia, really great one. I love using cassia to help make apple cider during the holidays. Cassia oil. Cinnamon bark naturally boosts your heart health, suppresses appetite, and minimizes binging, fights sugar cravings by regulating your blood glucose levels, and supports a healthy metabolism and immune system. You could, again, diffuse 1 to 2 drops with some other oils in your water, ultrasonic diffuser. Again, be careful about just smelling it. It might be too much for you, but try it. Hold it, don't go, hold it a little bit away. And again, if you're going to use it topically, diluting it. A good simple way to use it internally is dip a tooth, at least doTERRA's. I trust doTERRA's quality for all aromatic, topical, and internal uses. But dip a toothpick in cinnamon bark and then swirl it in your hot water or tea. And that might be a way to kind of boost it that way too. Bergamot. Bergamot is actually what makes Earl Grey. It's a citrus. And so it can help reduce feelings of anxiousness and stress, which contribute to cravings and emotional eating. So a lot of the oils, even the mind and mood oils, adaptive, one of Anne's favorites, you can use to support your cravings, right? Because cravings, as you'll see, is not just about craving. Like, it's not just about food. There's other things happening. So managing your cortisol levels through all of the oils that can help with stress, very important. Bergamot also contains high level of polyphenols, which can combat fat and excess sugar. So you can use it in your diffuser, put a drop in your shower floor, put it diluted at your soles at night. But because this is citrus oils, all citrus oils are phototoxic. So you don't want to put direct exposure on your skin and then go directly into the sunlight. The same thing if you were to like squeeze a bunch of lemon and limes and then go into the sunlight. So dill is another great one. It can help fight sugar cravings and also promote healthy digestion. So you can use this in the diffuser with bergamot and lemon, apply to your soles of your feet, and or use on your roller ball. I'll use on your wrist with a roller ball. Fennel is what's in digestion, but it can help balance blood sugar levels, combat sugar cravings with sweet licorice flavor, improve overall digestion and respiratory function. Diffuse 3 to 4 drops with spicy scents too, or citrus oils. Or you can apply it on your abdominal too for digestive health and concerns, or on tense areas. Oops. Ginger is great for managing cortisol levels to minimize cravings and binging, reduces inflammation for better absorptions of vitamins, supports healthy digestion while reducing bloating. You can diffuse 3 drops and then add wild orange or ylang-ylang to boost your energy and distract you from afternoon cravings. Add 1 drop to the palm of your hand and rub together, or use it as a massage. Topical with coconut oil or fractionated or any carrier oil. Grapefruit's one of the best ones. Detoxifies and cleanses the body, minimizes sugar cravings, inhibits water retention, suppresses cravings, and supports a healthy metabolism. Add 3 to 4 drops to your diffuser, or you can actually, a lot of people sometimes put this on the skin, but again, it's a citrus, don't go directly into the sun. And you could put a couple drops in your water, similarly what you would do with lemon. Lavender is one, again, that helps reduce feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression, which could help reduce emotional eating. Or help to lower cortisol levels, calm the mind and body for restful sleep. So again, lavender can really help reduce those feelings for you. You can use this in multiple ways. Put it in your laundry, spritz your bed, take a bath. One of my favorite ways is to take a bath with it, okay? Lemon is similar to the other grapefruit, suppresses cravings, cleanses and detoxifies the body, prevents overeating, aids in healthy digestion. Add 3 to 4 drops to cleanse your environment with lime, lavender, or rosemary. Add 4 drops to a handful of sugar for body scrub. Phototoxic though, so don't go straight into the sun. Or you can put a drop in your drink, glass or stainless steel throughout your day. Peppermint is another great one because of its cooling nature. It's great for helping reduce cravings by your olfactory senses, smelling. Boost your energy. Great to use with wild orange and frankincense. If you're applying this one to your skin, I definitely recommend diluting because of its high menthol component, which just can cause irritation. So I would just recommend it if unless you've tried it before and you know you're okay, right? But then we got to talk about Slim and Sassy, because Slim and Sassy contains like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the ones we've mentioned. And that's why I love doTERRA. I love the blends they do that come together and create synergy and support you. So this one contains grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. 5 in 1. And of course, it helps produce a healthy metabolism, balance your hunger cravings, diuretic, stimulant, calorie free. So I've known a lot of people to take this in the afternoon before they feel like cravings are coming. It's a great energy boost. doTERRA, I don't know if they have the trim shake or V shake anymore now that they've replaced, now that they have the new proteins and new greens and new fiber. But this one's a great one to add in. Just use, diffuse. All right, you could even take internally, you know, so it's a great, great one. But if you're like, I don't want to worry about putting it in capsules or tasting it, go get the pre-done capsules. And it has all the same stuff from the actual plants and stuff, and then a little bit of the oil, and you can get the same benefit. And then they also have gum, Slim and Sassy gum, that if you like, if you're a chewer, and this might help because it releases a little bit of the Slim and Sassy kind of oils and this stuff in it to support you. So those 3 Slim and Sassy products, the oil, the capsules, and the gum, could be something you incorporate. I definitely would recommend the oil because it's 5 of the oils that we've mentioned in one, right? So again, this is a very short class. I'm going to wrap us up in a little bit, but I just want to know of the, I'll go back to the overall slide here. Of the ones I mentioned here, which ones do you have that maybe you could start using to help you with cravings? Which ones are you like, oh, wow, I don't have, but I'm curious about trying because you want to really see how that can support you with cravings? Let me know. I forgot to finish my water. Let me know in the chat. And again, if you're watching this elsewhere, you can let me know as well. Yes. And you definitely need to get the Slim and Sassy. Add that to your cart from now. And cassia, yes, I love cassia because again, cassia, I haven't done a cooking with oils class. I'm making a note to potentially do that in the summer. But cassia is also a great oil to cook with as well. Angie has cassia, lavender, lemon, and peppermint. I'm curious about cinnamon bark and Slim and Sassy. Yeah, you had Slim and Sassy quite a while ago, but wasn't consistent in using it. Yeah, you know, that's normal. But yeah, I think maybe trying it out and see which one you prefer better. Adding that to your next order could be very great. But you already have a few, right? So you can get started with those ones, but definitely I love Slim and Sassy. So great. Excellent. Okay, let's go to the, whoopsie. Oh, did we freeze? Well, I know you two already have your account, so I'll kind of go through the other stuff. But these are some of the recipes Dr. Marisa Snyder actually has on cravings in her book. And she has a couple of different ones on our website too. There's a lot more, not a lot more, there's a few more on cravings in particular, but you know, cut the cravings diffuser blend, blending cassia, grapefruit, peppermint, and ginger in your diffuser. Inhaler, she has 3 types: diffusers, inhaler, rollerball, and sometimes skin ones. Cinnamon, pepper, and grapefruit. So obviously a lot of these ones are in Slim and Sassy, right? So I just always recommend Slim and Sassy because it's also, you know, pre-done already for you, but totally up to you. So if you are, if you're a current customer, I thought I edited that. I definitely would add some of these to your cart next time you order. If you're new and want to get started, I would suggest that you either get a kit, which you can always reach out to talk to me about, and I'll mention some ways to do that, or create your own customized kit. Basically, you get your own wholesale account fee, and then you can add any of these that you want. On the benefits of having your own wholesale account, specifically underneath my team, not only will you get 25% oils off, I really am usually really accessible. People can reach out to me one-on-one or in my Facebook group. I do continuing education classes such as these. Sometimes they're available to everyone. Sometimes they're available just to customers. There's an archive of training and resources that I have of like 60 plus classes, probably more than that I've done throughout the years, that anyone has access to anytime. There's also training in how to use the oils if you want to share them with others. I'm doing a class on that in 2 weeks if you're curious. But yeah, I think the best way is to get started with a kit or your own wholesale account. And these are some of the starter kits. The top 3 are my favorite to get started with, but again, you can always customize it. And if you're a current customer, just letting you know the best way for you to purchase is on the Loyalty Rewards program, because you get points back and your shipping pack to use on products later. And you can always reach out to me if you have questions on that. But I kind of consider it my monthly wellness box that I get to customize. Yeah, and if you're a current customer, you'll have access to this replay, the slides, and then of course, reaching out to me through a one-on-one consult. So yeah, I would say get started, pick a couple oils or 2. You can create a customized kit or order in your next order. So if you're curious about how to do that and get started, whether you're live or watching the replay, you can reach out to me, email me, madewellky@gmail.com, or book an oils consult so we can have a chat about doing that. I love chatting with people. I really open up my calendar for this when they want to get started, or current customers, just to really support them in using the oils. Yes, need to use my diffuser more. It's kind of hard sometimes. It feels like a burden, but it really is actually really a gift once you start. So sometimes, and I try to at least put it on definitely at night when I'm going to bed, but at least twice throughout my day, or in the morning. That's one of the first things I do. Then maybe around lunch, just different oils in there to kind of expose myself. So that's it for me. Just a shorter class today, but does anyone have any questions? If you're on live, or even if you're watching the replay, just drop your questions below and we can go from there. And again, if you have not joined the challenge, go to madewell345.com/conqueryourcravings. Join us and get caught up. You know, we've only done 2 days, so you can really join us for the rest. You're most welcome, Anna and Angie. All right. I will see you guys for day 3 in the Facebook group. All right. Bye.